Thank you so much for joining me. Good evening to you, good morning to you, good afternoon to you from wherever you are watching from. This is Maiyegun live.
Maiyegun diary, Politico. Godfather is.
Share the video. Invite your friends. Invite those who are not your friendly friends. And in particular, invite the Buhari Deans, the Buhari Diderins, the Buhari Dinotus, the Buhari Dijatus, and their family extended nuclear, the Cybarbarians, the Buhari idiots. Tag them. The Maiyegun today.
Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn làkì. Àní ẹ̀sùn làkì. Lórí Facebook. Àní ẹ̀sùn làkì. Lórí YouTube. Àní ẹ̀sùn làkì. Ọba bá gbé wúrẹ́. Àní ẹ̀sùn làkì. Bíjó ìgbádìyẹ. Àní ẹ̀sùn làkì.
Belongs to Jigawa. The oil in Delta belongs to Jigawa. As long, yes, because we are called Nigeria today. So that's what I'm telling you. The oil belongs to us all. And we, as Nigerians, shall do everything possible to make sure we take that oil so that Jigawa people will have the oil as well. Will have the money of the oil. Anybody who thinks the oil of Bayelsa belongs to only Bayelsa is just deceiving himself. As long as we are in Nigeria, we will make sure that we have uninterrupted supply of oil so that there will be uninterrupted supply of money to Jigawa State. As long as we are called Nigeria. Of course we are not the same people. We have to understand that, look, I am a Fulani man, and Izo is different, Yoruba is different, but then God has made us to stay together. So why can't we attempt to stay together? And I honestly do not mind, even if we're going pathways. Let's sit on the table, around the table, and agree that, look, that oil of Bayelsa, Jigawa cannot have a share. No way. You know, I don't mind us talking like that. But as of today, that oil, we shall do everything within our means, everything with our blood, to defend our oil in Bayelsa. We will do everything possible to defend that oil in Bayelsa. It belongs to Jigawa State as well. You know, so that's what I want them to understand.
Thank you. Thank you so much for joining me. And if you have shared the broadcast, I'm going to say thank you to you as well. Yes, the Nigeria DSS, they came out to raise alarm about the new caliphate that all of you have heard about even before now. But in their own way, usual way, they are raising alarm that ISWAP is about to create their own caliphate in Niger State. But let me give you the background of this. Few weeks ago, the news broke that over 500 communities in Niger State are now being controlled by the terrorists. That people in these communities, those who have not been displaced, so those who stayed back, have submitted to the authority of these terrorists. Shiroro, Kainji, all those areas, they have already infiltrated the entire area. And in fact, Nigeria has ceded the entire area to them. But DSS came out today to say, these people are planning. They are not planning. So when they said that today, you would expect that, okay, What are you now doing? It was in that same Niger state where they said Nigeria Air Force that they were doing surveillance, and the terrorists shot down 3 fighter jets within a year. This year alone, they've shot down 2. But there has never been any time, where we have heard of, the entire area has been cleared off. The terrorists have been arrested. Those who couldn't get arrested have been killed. No. What they did was to put no-fly zone in that part, or go on to negotiate with any of them with anti-aircraft gun. They have ceded power to them. They just want Nigerians to know that, well, if tomorrow you realize that there is a caliphate, don't be surprised. It is the work of the ISWAP. That aside, just today, Layamo came out to give response to Lagos State Judicial NSAS Judicial Panel. And his usual way, he continued to deny and threaten, while those who stood as witnesses during the panel sitting have now been, subjected to state-sponsored attacks. Many of the witnesses, including members of their own panel, government-appointed panel, the members of that panel, they themselves have now been raising alarm over the threat over their lives. So Laya Mohammed was giving a speech today, and I actually wanted to start from there. I'm also going to touch on that news that DSS told courts in Nigeria that they are working on extraditing Oloye Sunday Igboho from Benin Republic. There is absolute no truth to that news, but I will give you the background to it today, right? As we speak right now, apart from the diplomatic roadblock, diplomatic lockdown that Nigeria is using to hold the hand of Benin Republic as we speak, there is no legal standing between Nigeria and Oloye Sunday Igboho to warrant them to extradite him to Nigeria. But we're going to get to that. Let's start with this. Layamo talking about the NSAS report of Lagos.
We salute their courage and refusal to be cowed by the rampaging lynch mob that has been screaming blue murder since the report was released. We do not intend to bore you by rehashing details of the discrepancies, innuendos, inconsistencies, and errors in that report. They are already in the public space. Let us, however, point out some key highlights of such discrepancies, errors, omissions, etc. 1. The report threw away the testimony of ballistic experts who testified before it. The experts said inter alia in their testimony, and I quote, "The team finds that from the medical and data examined, including the timeline of arrival at medical facility and the nature of the injuries sustained by the victims who were taken to the 5 medical facilities, that no military-grade live ammunition, high velocity, was fired at the protesters at Lekki toll gate on 20th October 2020 within the time frame of reference 1830 to 2034 hours. I wish to repeat. The team finds that from the medical data examined, including the timeline of arrival at medical facility and the nature of the injuries sustained by the victims who were taken to the 5 medical facilities but no military-grade live ammunition, high velocity in bracket, was fired at the protesters at Lekki Toll Gate on 20th October 2020 within the time frame of reference, which is 1830 to 2034 hours. The report continued that the GSW gunshot wounds, injuries, 4 in number, between 1905 and 1945 hours, which were examined by the team, can be safely identified as being discharged by either low velocity caliber and or artisanal stroke 12 gauge firearms. Artisanal firearms are locally fabricated weapons. What is, however, certain, the report continued, is that as the military personnel deliberately fired military-grade live ammunition directly at the protesters, there have been significantly more fatalities and catastrophic injuries recorded.
The madman is reading their own handwritten reports. The same report that they took to Lagos panel when they sent the military officer to represent this, the military. And he got there and he said he was not present at the Lekki toll gate. He was told. When they told them to produce the officers who led the soldiers to Lekki toll gates, they couldn't produce them. That is the same report that Layamo is relying and reading out there. He said a lot of things. I'm going to show you the other parts. Yeah? But Laya Muhammad has his own children. Okay? And just like Joseph Goebbels of the old Germany, the Nazi Germany, the propagandist chief or in chief of the Nazi Germany, who believed and used the power of media to sell lies and hoodwink majority of the people of their era. And how did he die? On record, he died by even killing his own entire children, 6 children. So when you see Laya Muhammad and the kind of job and dirty job that his kind would do just to protect evil, you see, as they say, if you carry somebody else's corpse, they always feel like the log of wood until you carry the dead body of somebody you know or you love, somebody, your family, your blood. Then you realize how heavy it is to lose someone. They care not. They care not. Bokwari and gang, they militarized southern Nigeria, especially southeast Nigeria. And the terrorists up north, they are running riots. Shiroro, local government area. Kainji, reserved area. These are prominent names when you talk about your electricity in Nigeria. Now, all that area you have there is now being controlled by terrorists. Sitting right here in my room, I'm going to try and take you to show you the area that Nigeria bought to Kano Jet 12. Nigeria took delivery of over 100 armored personnel carrier. But when you look at where they are preparing to use these weapons, They are in the southern Nigeria, southeast Nigeria, like what they are doing right now in our Umama in Imo State, right? They have all the weapons, but I'll show you the vast land of area that the terrorists have already taken over. And then when you look at those who are running towards 2023, I want to be president, I want to be this, you ask them, president of which country? The one that half of it is already in control of terrorists. That the same people who told us that government was killing them in 2015, it was government that was killing them. It was government that refused to protect them. The same people today are now shouting on Allah, 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 Subhanallah, Allah, Allah, Inna lillahi wa inna ilaihi raji'un. So which country, which Nigeria, what part of Nigeria are they actually, if you have any southern or anybody's running to be president, right? What part of Nigeria is, is he or she going to be president over? I'll show you something. Let me see if I can bring that up. Let's see. The area that your DSS, the Aura Secret Service, claim that the Boko Haram, the ISWAP, they are going to launch and establish their caliphate soon, which they have already done. People are already paying taxes to them. What other caliphate are they telling us that they want to establish? Is it the one? Is it the one that they have already taken over 1,000 communities in the same Niger States? Anyway, this is what I found, right? Let's say this is Nigeria. If you can check that screen, yeah. Let's say this is Nigeria. Well, this is Nigeria, not that. Let me see. I'm going to get onto, I'll go to Niger States. Now, this is Niger States. Yeah. And the areas that the terrorists have taken over, right, is this place. One sec. I'm going to try and fix something on there. Let me make it bolder for you. Right. Now, you see this Kainji Lake National Park. Let me bolden that. You see this area? This Vobera Forestry Reserve. All these areas going into Kanji Shiroro. Yeah. Let me see if I can bring it further up for you. Now, you see all this forest area, yeah, they are now terrorist forest. They are not forests that you read about in geography anymore. All these places, reserved areas, all these forests, they have been taken over by terrorists. So if you get kidnapped anywhere along the Kaduna-Abuja Expressway or Niger, right, they will take you into this forest. Now, this is the territory. All this green patch. You see those green area? Here. Let's see if I can bring that up. People no longer go there without getting, what do you call it? Without getting kidnapped. And not just that. When I was playing about with this their map, yeah, I realized that Niger State actually share borders with Oyo State. No wonder all this area in Oyo State, Shaki, Igboho, Malete, all this old Oyo National Park, they have been taken over by Fulani, different Fulani. Now, when you see this forest here, I don't know if my hand can come to the screen, but don't worry. If you just check the top of my head, yeah, that's what I'm referring to. You see, River Marsh Forestry Reserve, all those areas. So when you now begin to come downward, you are coming to Yoruba land, right? Kishi, Let's see if I can bring Kishi up. Kishi, a Yoruba land, also is very close to Niger State, the place the caliphate will be springing up, as you have been told, yeah? Now, when you begin to calm down, it will make sense to you why the people of Ibarapa, Ayete, Egongon, Igboho, downward, right, are victims of Fulani terrorism. You see all this area, Ayetoro, this Ayetoro, all these places are, all these areas are Yoruba land. They have already been infiltrated by the same terrorists that DSS says that are going to hoist their flag very soon, right? And we know that they've already hoisted the flag. So there's no point in pretending. We just thought we should remind you, for those of you who probably still don't think that the level of destruction, damages, division, corruption, and this murderous regime of Boko Haram, right, that will murder their own citizens and deny them and continue to double down. You see, everybody will have his own share. The more you try to deny, the more, right, the obvious will be showing up. And by the time you begin to understand how unsafe it has become, and also how collaborative your government is with them, when they raise alarm like that, you would expect them to what? To act. Yeah? When the Fulani terrorists, ISWAP, Boko Haram, when they attacked the Defense Academy in Kaduna, and they killed a major, killed another person, kidnapped others, yeah? You did not see the Nigerian military, yeah, go into the communities in Kaduna and start burning their properties and start destroying their houses and start killing people because terrorists came to attack them. They said unknown gunmen attack soldiers in Imo. Do you know what they did? The soldier that they attacked, right, got rescued, but they first declared that he died. But you know what happened after? The soldiers, Nigerian military, returned. When they returned, they decided to unleash violence on those businesses around there, people's homes, people's businesses, right? Burnt everything down. Just same way the terrorists would do. Because their soldiers are more vibrant, more agile, more stronger in southern Nigeria. In northern Nigeria, where the terrorists have the upper hand, where the government continue to say, come, we'll forgive you, come, you are forgiven, right? Terrorists too, they continue to kill their military. In the last 1 year alone, they said they have killed over 336 soldiers alone, not police, not others. 336. But guess what? Yeah? They will never, ever cause arson or burn down properties in any part of northern Nigeria looking for terrorists who commit all this crime every day. I'm going to show you something. But before that, yeah, this happened at Awo Umama in Imo State. And as we speak, not be only Nigerian terrorists, they displace people. Not just the terrorists that are displacing people. Yeah? The Nigerian government, through their police, their military, they are doing even worse than the terrorists that you can imagine. Watch this.
Jesus. Hey. Hey. Jesus. Jesus. Hey. Hey. It is God Almighty. See this bus shop. Oh my God. Hey. Hey.
Nigeria Army don't do for our junction. Look at what Nigeria Army don't do for our junction. Look at what Nigeria Army don't do for our junction. The whole junction is on fire. The whole Lawama junction is on fire. The whole Lawama junction is on fire. There's no corner of Lawama junction that is not on fire. God help us from this shame. Look at that one, the whole Lawama junction. Look at the Kenya shop don't burn. The whole thing from where they don't burn. Look at. You say one Nigeria, one waiting. One waiting. Wouldn't be one Nigeria. One waiting. One waiting. Look at. Hey!
Yes, that was done by the Nigerian military, Nigerian soldiers. They said unknown gunmen fire at them because they had a roadblock on that road. Unknown gunmen fire at them. They chased them. They didn't catch up with the unknown gunmen according to them, right? Then the next thing, they went back to their barracks and they reinforced. And they came back. When they came back, they started burning people's houses at that area, in that area. They started burning people's properties, burning people's shops, businesses, and all of that. But guess what? Since now the military burner, can you call the fire service? The fire service to come and put off the fire? There is no fire service to come and put off the fire when the government is the one burning your property. Even though there is actually no fire service, service anyway.